what does the CEO really care about?
Yeah.
And
You're
that's when
building empathy.
yeah,
You're
and
looking at the
humility.
business. Yeah. And you're looking at the business from their point of view, and you're understanding the things that they care about. It's like all of our goals are the same, right? For the most part, but they sound different. When I
Right.
ask a director of sales, like, hey, why did you take the call? Why did you decide to meet with Refine? You hear a bunch of very marketing types of outcomes, like, oh, we're, not producing the results we want on LinkedIn. We don't think it works for us. Like Google, like we're not closing a lot of deals. Was just talking with a team today that was like, hey, we're spending all this money on paid search and paid media and social. And it's not like we're having trouble converting those to opportunities. And they're using that marketing language, right?
Right.
So I can sell that marketer on what we do, but then they take it to the CEO and they're like, hey, they're going to help us to optimize our Google and do all these cool things and create and do demand gen. And the CEO's like, what are you talking about? I don't even, it's like,
put more into lead gen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just like, what does this mean for the bottom line? What does this mean for CAC and like, the cost of acquisition of a customer? And what does this mean for me and how I think about things? And that's where like that communication gets broken, and spending time like you did with your CEO and saying, hey, what do you care about? Hey, I'm feeling this pain in the marketing department. How would we go about addressing this pain in a way that's relevant to you? It's like starting the sale before you even talk to a vendor like me or HubSpot or Salesforce or whoever. It's like, have I done the necessary research as a VP of marketing to understand the business and how this impacts everybody and not just me? You run into this a lot at HubSpot where a marketer comes in and is like, well, we just waste so much time sending emails from MailChimp and then using this platform for this and that platform for this and this platform for this. And it'd be so much easier if we had all in one.
Right.
You go say that to a CEO and they're like, I don't care. Like, that's what I pay you for. What do you mean? Like, what's the ROI of this, bringing this all in one? And then it's like, marketers are like, I don't know, it just saved me time, So that's where that disconnect is. And that's where it can be very frustrating for marketers to get what they want, but there is a way.
Yeah, totally. And I think a lot of marketers freeze there. They get insecure, they get fearful. You and I were talking about this before. And then they don't know how to deal with those fears other than being critical of the CEO for not understanding them.
Right.
So it becomes, you get deceived.
Or they're like, oh, the CEO doesn't get marketing. I need to find another job. And it's just like, no, you're maybe right. Like the CEO doesn't get marketing. They're not a marketer.
Right.
But they would be open to these conversations if you were like, hey, I'm going to drive this much sales qualified pipeline in the next 4 to 6 months. And here is how, but I need your support and support from the executive team in these ways.